Welcome to Books You Never Read.
Except for those we have.
I'm Nicole.
I'm Jason.
And today we are discussing chapters 19 through 36 of Caliban's War by James S.A. Corey. This is the second book in a series, and this is our second reading of that book. So, double spoiler, if you haven't read up to this point in Caliban's War, you need to go back and read. And if you haven't read Leviathan's Wake, you should go back and read that too. And we have those episodes of our discussion of those readings playlisted for you in the playlist section of our channel. We're available on YouTube Music as a podcast and Instagram and Fable, where we keep the conversation going in between our live sessions, our live meetings. And we are super pumped to have you here. I see Shelby. How are you liking the book now that we are 2/3 of the way through?
Yes, me asking Shelby.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Ask in the room.
Sorry. I was putting up a message.
Yeah, spoiler alert, because someone got really upset that we spoiled something in an episode recently.
Yeah, that's no big deal. I'm loving it. I think some characters could use some more work. One character, Holden. I know Holden's like going through like a struggle fest or whatever, but like I don't feel his terror that is supposed to be making him act this way. Like I don't feel it. All the other characters are fantastic.
Interesting. I love how we were like, Alex, who? And now in this reading, he's much more prevalent.
So I like knew but had not quite processed that all of the last reading they were on the Sonambulist and not on the Rocinante, and that's where he was. And so okay, cool, that explains, Yeah, we all made comments about being worried about Amos, and then literally bang, like out the gate on this reading.
Yeah, the first chapter of this week's reading, I was like, oh no, Amos is dead.
What an absolute jump scare.
Yeah. I wondered, and it was when Naomi had accused Holden of, changing and being like, shoot first and ask questions later. Holden is named, James Holden, and I wondered if that was like a reference to the famous other James captain, which is James T. Kirk.
Could be. Oh, James Kirk? I thought you meant, I don't know, I was going to come up with like some British captain from the 1700s.
From,
I was just going to make something up.
From Star Trek.
Yeah.
Just get in there, and he needs McCoy, which is very much like Amos, to calm him down. He needs, the humanitarian. He needs the logician, like with Spock, to ease up this irrationality that is James T. Kirk.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I don't know. The last book was like really freaky with everything that happens.
And that thing that crawled its way into the cargo hold.
So that part was freaky too, but like I don't buy the ever-present terror. Like, you know what I mean? That probably the closest we get to it is like whenever he first sees the filaments and he's like, prep the ship, we get out now, everybody gets out now. But like that was months ago, like literally months ago by this point. The beginning of the book and where we are now, he's had time to like calm down, but we're supposed to believe that he's still acting off this like phobia. And I can buy that as like a concept for a book. I just don't think it's being sold. That particular part, right? Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, the situation has changed. The who done it, who released it, what in the what's going on, and now Prax is being characterized as a very, very, very bad man.
Yes. Shelby was just saying Prax's storyline has slowed down a lot. For her. I think I don't know. Like I think I like Prax's storyline, but like now that he's not running around and like starving and psychotic, I do agree that sometimes because he's not like doing anything, like this last chapter where he becomes accused of being a very, very bad man, that does seem to be picking up some steam there. But his chapters like do sort of slow down because he's not doing as much as Bobby and Avasarala. And,
Right.
you
I
know,
mean, he
everybody
even
else.
acknowledges like he has 4 hours a day to meditate on,
Yeah.
you know, the fact that his daughter's probably dead.
Yeah.
And that he has time to respond to every single message that he's received because he has nothing else to do.
I'll say, I feel like, honestly, everything that's not Bobby and Avasarala slows down the story for me. Like, even like Holden's chapters, like,
He's
it's
traumatized
just
and
him
he's losing
whining.
his
Yeah.
girlfriend, and
Yeah.
he realized that he wants more out of life.
Yeah.
And that's what we're getting there.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of relief in that he got fired from Fred. You know, now that he can feel free to take the jobs he wants to take. I don't know where that's really going to lead us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that leads us to Prax, right? Like, he can go do this Prax thing, I guess. I actually, so that was not that's kind of like another beef I have with the Holden storyline is he was just like, oh, and then he got fired, and then he realized that he loved it. I'm like, wait, why? I don't think we had been like sufficiently introduced to the idea that he was not happy working for Fred, other than the fact that Fred might have done the proto.
That was supposed to be the
That's
thing that like tipped him over the edge. Yeah.
Yeah. But even before Fred tells him, no, it wasn't me, he's just like, oh, and then I realized I was free. You're like, why? And I thought, and this chapter, and I actually like that chapter. Like, me saying that is like, again, I don't feel like we're being given enough Holden motivation for some of the things he thinks and does. But like the whole idea of like, oh my God, you lose your job and all of a sudden you're like, I can do anything. That hits. That chapter for me, I was like, yeah. Like, look at him right now. He can go and be his own man. That's cool. But I didn't have enough of like build up to buy Holden just like jumping to that conclusion, I guess.
Yeah. I think it's reasonable to assume that because the authors were so busy expanding other people's characters, that Holden just had to kind of take a
Sure. And that's fine with me.
breather.
That's fine with
Because
me.
we do have Bobby and we do have Avlasar and we do have
Prax now.
Prax and Alex finally getting some personality in there.
Yeah.
And so, you know, busy. Yeah. So Shelby says she read the Butcher of Anderson Station, and so that's making her question whether Fred's being honest about releasing the
The protomolecule. Yeah.
there you go, protomolecule.
I believe him. I don't think he did it, you know. I think we now have reason to think, after figuring out like who Doctor or whatever his face is really is.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So the Doctor is really some skeezy doctor who worked for Protogen.
Right. Was there ever a doctor, whatever? Or was it always this
It was
alias?
always him. Yeah, it was always an alias, yeah. So he worked for Protogen, then became this doctor over, and like maybe he's been doing it for like a long time. Maybe he wasn't part of the original like protomolecule project, but he definitely does seem to be doing that work now. I want to come back around to Prax's daughter in a second. But yes, like no, like this definitely seemed to be Protogen / governments doing this.
Yes.
You know, or
And
at the very least,
Avlasara is saying,
yeah, or at the very least, like Mao Kwiatkowski or whatever.
Avlasara is definitely saying this is government, not only the release, but the cover up,
Right.
the attack on Prax,
Yeah.
like everything.
Yeah. So about May, Prax is finally at this point where he's like, I think she's dead. I'm just trying to get justice, right? And like Amos is there along for the ride, and I love everything about Amos. There's no bad writing there. Everything's fantastic.
Yeah, Shelby just said, when does Amos get his own chapter?
Right? Yeah, exactly. But Prax is finally at this point where he's like, I don't know, man, May is dead. But nobody has been like, I don't know, man, maybe May was the thing that invaded our ship. Why has
wondered
nobody
that,
said that?
But because surely they would have been like, that thing's tiny.
I don't know.
She was 4.
Yeah, no, you're right. But
I was also so afraid the whole time because Prax had done something weird. He started sobbing after the end of the getting it off the ship and realizing it wasn't behind him and it wasn't coming. And that was like a release of adrenaline and fear. But I also wondered, like, did he recognize that that might have been his daughter or that his daughter might have become that?
Right. So his daughter has like a problem where her body
Can't reject it.
Can't like reject or can't stop the proliferation of basically like her gut biome. Her butt biome. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week.
I was just waiting for where you're going with. I was like, we're really saying butt. No. Her butt gut. She can't control her butt gut.
She can't control her gut biome or like all the bacteria in there, right? Like she can't whatever. And so like when you know that and you know like, oh, this is like an alien plague, you put those things together. I'll let you keep going. Yeah, take your time. Take your time. Shelby said that she's making a cross stitch. What about May's butt biome?
Okay, so
anyway, you see what I'm saying? Like they have all the pieces, and I'm not saying that it's May. I'm not saying
we know
that. But like that seems to me to be the logical conclusion that like it is one of these kids.
Or were there any adults?
Why would it be somebody? Sure, they were all like the security people.
But were there any adults that also had this butt biome situation?
Well, so whenever they had May, they showed her a man with blue eyes. I don't think it was a child. I think it was a man.
A man, and he had the.
But like, why couldn't he have the disease?
Right,
like, why couldn't he be from like elsewhere? And they were just here to like pick up all the kids with the disease. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's had that conversation yet of like, well, who was that guy?
Right.
They've started being like somehow we're making super soldiers with detonations in them.
Right. So apparently, like there are some adults that can receive this because there was no mention of the super soldier being tiny and the size of a 4-year-old.
Okay, but do you remember in the prologue or whatever when Bobby fought the monster right before it exploded because it has one of these detonators in it? It had like extra hands.
Yeah, it grew an extra hand.
What if that's like a child's hands coming out of like the insides of its body? Like that is like the part that is human.
It makes me think of the Ninja Turtles. There was that thing, Crag or whatever, the brain, and he had his little hands. Okay, anyway. Ooh. Gross. I hate this.
Anyway.
We thought goo was bad. Let's make it worse and put children in it.
Yeah.
Poor May. Yeah. And, okay, so I had to go back and read a summary of what we had read so far, just to make sure I hadn't missed anything. And the summary seemed to say that, like, we were supposed to be able to tell that the boy that was dead had been infected with the thing. And it just, like, it killed him or whatever, filled.
Yeah, I don't remember.
He said he looked gross.
Maybe
like, he didn't look right, yeah.
Maybe so. I don't remember that. Shelby asked, did Prax ever explain why the sick kids are the target for the virus? No. Like, and that's kind of the point, right?
Except that their bodies can't reject the...
But he doesn't, I don't think he ever makes that jump, right? He just says their bodies can't do this thing.
Oh.
And there is this virus, but nobody's like, Like, I don't think anybody ever...
Oh, well, that's a pretty... I even made that connection.
Yes. but the point is, like, we know a lot that a bunch of the characters don't know.
Right, okay.
And I'm not sure... And, like, never again has Bobby ever told somebody about the hands coming out of that dude. Never again, right?
Well, they should have seen it from her gun video.
Sure, but, like, Holden doesn't have... Or, like, Holden doesn't have it. Prax doesn't have that.
They don't know anything about that.
And so, anyway, I'm just... It seems to me to be a very logical thing. And, like, ultimately... What if we find out that monster that they blast out into space was May?
Yeah.
And we've spent all this time doing this just to find out that they yeeted her into space. That would be tragic, and I'm here for it. I want her to live, A. But if no can have that, B.
Yeah, I want her to live uninfected and unaffected.
Sure. That's the right answer.
But I don't think that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I also want us to get back to what's happening on... Was it Venus? where we sent
Mm-hmm.
Eros. I want us to get back to that. So, Avlasar has been sent far, far away.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, she was sent towards Venus, wasn't she?
No, they're being sent to or towards Ganymede.
Okay.
Opposite direction.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So, something is going on there. Mal did not answer the question last reading about if Julia has been communicating with him.
Right. Yeah, not really, no. Yeah.
Something's going on because there's like a lot of activity coming from the airspace there.
Talking about Avasarala being on like the ship heading west, right? Like I think she's going out into the frontier, right?
Are there cardinal directions in space?
No, you call it starboard. Do you remember that whole conversation? No. Prax has it. Prax is like, and then we turn right. Oh, not right.
Yeah.
But no, there are no cardinal directions in space. Right. Anyway, like how frustrated Bobby is by like this whole game.
Yes.
Because and then Avasarala has this idea of like, well, then I'll declare that they're kidnapping me. Like, okay, that's genius. But like, why are we?
It's such a long path going the wrong direction to get where we need to go the proper way.
I think what I like about one of the things I like about this book is that we have sort of like this Game of Thrones level game happening here, right? Where like all the players know what's going on, but they can't talk about it and they have to act like they don't. And that's just like the way that you do this because, and like for why, I don't know. I mean, like what realistically happens to you if you're just like, hey man, we know. And Bobby does that, right? Like she calls Mal a liar and, and all that. And
like this is a trap.
Yeah. And at one point she's like, no, my weapons are my weapons, right? Like she talks about like,
yeah, you want me to sleep with them?
She goes into battle with people for real. And Avasarala like makes this really insensitive comment where she's like, no, not getting to play is worse than death. And Bobby's like, no, ma'am. And then Avasarala realizes like she messed up. Like, shouldn't have said that, but
I hope Peggy's okay.
Shelby says she has no patience for the politics, but she is enjoying Avasarala's view of this game. I also hope Peggy's okay.
I just love Avlasara. I love that because she has her own chapters, we get to see the panic, the leader, the wife, the mentor. We get to see all these different roles that she plays. Oh, yay!
Nice.
Awesome. Boop. I'm trying to think. Let me check the Fable and just see if there's, anything else that we need to talk about.
Well, we've only been here for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm going to play around with this for a second.
Okay. Yeah, close your eyes if you get motion sick because he's moving the camera.
It's just bugging me.
Like we're crooked and
slightly crooked.
Wow, it's.
But like you can see there that like the camera's crooked and it's the tripod's fault.
Yeah, it's
Is it
way worse.
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh yeah, everyone was celebrating that Amos was alive. That was such a quick, horrific moment.
Shelby, I'm looking it up for you. Yeah. Okay, also, like, so those soldiers that try to grab them are Avasarala's soldiers, right? Like she ordered that Holden and everybody that shot Homeboy in the back of the head. There's 9 of these books. Wow. Anyway, now she's like heading towards them. I think what we're going to end up with is like Holden and his crew have to rescue her.
Avlasara. Oh, that'll be fun.
I'm also a little concerned. I mean, like let's be real. I am really enjoying this book. I like the pacing very well. I like that we kind of like jump straight into it. Whereas like in the first book, you like had to really like build up the stuff. And the first book was a detective novel, right? Yes. Like you had Miller and you had all that going on. This is more like
search and rescue,
like action and politics and all that, But I am concerned that we don't have enough book left to like really resolve this, and I am worried that this is going to end up being a book that like doesn't do anything. Like I've had a good time reading it, but it's just laying out what has to happen for the next book. And I'm supposed to pick our next book, and like I just we don't have enough time to like really resolve.
Are you gonna pick the third one?
I don't know. I don't like want to do that to everybody necessarily, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure we're getting anywhere. Like we're kind of spinning our wheels, right? We've spent a long time not
Space is
finding somebody's
slow.
kid. Yeah, yeah.
Some slow business in space. Well, that's worth thinking about. And Shelby, tell us what
Shelby
maybe.
says she is preparing herself for the cliffhanger this book will end on.
Yeah.
So she kind of has the same thought
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
I was kind of hoping, seeing how the first one ended, and then how this one started. Yes, they all build towards, there is something going on, in the galaxy, but that each book tackles its own issue.
Yeah.
I was hoping that would be the case.
Yeah. And I could be totally wrong, but if we just like find a secret space station full of kids, murder a scientist, and everybody's happy in the last like 8 chapters, I'm be very impressed. Yeah.
Well, we have like 18 more to go.
Yeah.
So Peggy said in one of the Avlasara chapters, Ganymede is where babies are born. The moon was built for it. What if this has been in the work for years? They noticed babies were born with a genetic condition and took advantage of it to further the research of the protomolecule. Didn't the last book mention spines and whatever a lot when the space goo took a body? Yes, there were spines everywhere. Ugh, that was so gross.
I think too, I mean, like, you might be onto something there, but like, why are all these kids on Ganymede? Like,
because that's where you have to go to have babies. For the
no. The comment you just made is a totally different place.
Ganymede. It's where the babies are born.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what Prax even said that. Like, everyone comes here to have their babies because the gravity is right for it or whatever. For gestation.
So that's why you have the anomalies here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anomalous people. So Shelby says, depending on where this one ends, she may need the next book. I tell you what.
Just wait till the last minute.
I will make a deal with the book club because
I read fast.
I really don't have any like next choice. I was just going to try to pick something totally different.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're all having fun with this. This is a good series.
I mean, it is very well rated and received.
Yeah. I will start cooking on this book and try to
finish it early and make a decision.
Make a decision. So if I announce that we are reading the next book in the series, that might tell you something about where this ends.
Shelby has an idea that Avalarsar's daughter could be the woman who became goo in the first book.
We know who the woman who became goo is.
Julie, right?
Yeah, it's Mao's daughter. Yeah. The woman who kidnaps Avasarala.
The guy that kidnaps.
Yes, sorry.
Avasarala.
Yeah.
And we see Avasarala interacting with her daughter because her daughter came to pick up the grandkids. Right?
I don't remember that, but sure.
So, yeah. So we know her daughter's still alive.
But it's definitely Mao's daughter. It
is definitely Mao's daughter. And her son is dead.
Which,
that was sad.
Yeah. If, I don't know, I'm not willing to believe that, I don't know. I don't think Mao is involved in whatever, like, nastiness is happening.
I don't know that he's intentionally involved. I think he's funding
involved,
a lot of bad things.
Well, I think he's involved with, like, the Earth government and, like, making sure they're successful, all that stuff. I'm on board. I don't consider that, like, the bad thing. The bad thing is, like, kidnapping kids and infecting them. I think a competitor, right? I think, like, Protogen is still out there. This is, like, some First Order stuff, right? Like, the Empire has fallen, the First Order's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Protogen is, like, out there still, right? Mm-hmm. Like, they collapsed or whatever. But so what if you collapse as a corporation? If you still have the protomolecule and you can make a super soldier, then you have everything. Like, no one can stop you, you know? But I do think Mao is trying to hide something about Julie. Like, and the protomolecule and what's happening on Venus. Like, I think he has this other motivation, and I don't think he would do to kids what has happened to his own daughter, even though they weren't like
I
super
don't
close.
know. Yeah, like
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I don't know.
money makes people weird.
Yeah.
Right, unless it's like a love child.
That would be really something if we find that out
What
later.
if Julie was Mal and Avisalara's love child?
But then it would be Aversaral's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're making our own side story over here.
There's this conversation about how you can tell if beef is vat grown or not. Do you remember that? There's just like this little
Oh,
side. Anyway, I
yeah.
thought that was cool. But,
Yeah, the little
like,
striations in
yeah,
the meat.
better,
Is that the word?
yeah.
It's funny. Yeah, there's so many like fun details. Like this book is very descriptive, and it does throw some like science sci-fi descriptions in there, and that makes it fun and realistic and visual.
Oh, wait, we need to go back to the monster for a second.
Yeah.
So I actually don't believe the monster is out in space anywhere. I think the monster's on the ship.
The one that they blasted?
Yes.
But Amos said he saw it burn up.
Maybe. I mean, but like Prax was out there and all he could see was like a shadow against the stars, which was a cool scene. But
Horrifying.
after that, the ship gets rocked, right? It's after they blast that the ship gets rocked. It's after that that they go in and they find like the weird little hole to the reactor bay or whatever. That thing is in there. And they have like brought it to the station. And that might be sort of like where this book ends. Is with this like monster on the stage. But
Holden's gonna have to face the fact that he brought it in.
Yeah. Because like there's no reason for us to think that like we know it can breathe in a vacuum. Why couldn't it create like its own propulsion or something, you know? I don't know. I think it is definitely or like even if it can't create its own propulsion, we know it can make its arms longer. So why can't it just like
But the thing exploded.
what thing?
The little bomb.
Sure.
Doesn't it just explode when they die? Or is that not like
I don't know how the bomb would know.
Yeah.
I think the bomb would explode like so
that exploding the monster
so, like,
exploded the bomb.
Your watch calls when there is no heartbeat, right? Calls EMS. If the bomb blows up, I don't know. I mean, like, why would it blow? I guess it could blow up, like, if the thing died, right? And, like, that's what it had picked up on, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's reason to believe that in the original monster story, that whoever made the monster set off the bomb because they had lost control of it. So, I don't know. A lot to unpack there.
Yeah, we don't have enough information. Good little mystery.
Yep. Let's go read.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a decent unpacking of this reading.
Yeah.
There was lots to read. It was fun, but I do not feel like a lot happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, and part of it is just because we have so many characters.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, what about Bobby catching Soren? That was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
She was very funny about him playing with that pool stick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Soren's such a turd.
Yeah. It's funny. Cool. Well, I'll tell you what. Everybody just wants to read. So we go ahead and read. We'll be back here next week, same time, same place, and be like, and maybe we read the third book.
That sounds good to me.
I'd kind of like to get Peggy's thoughts on that too, before we just eat out a book. But
yeah.
I got options.
Because I think Peggy said like no when we picked this one.
I think everybody's having a good time.
Yeah. I don't know.
Cool.
We'll see.
All right.
But
folks.
I think we have determined at this point, like unless it just goes way bad, which I don't think it has because it has such good reviews, we'd like to read the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm 100% on board. It's just like, when do we do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, by the end of year 12 of the book club, we'll have finished all 9 of these books.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out, everybody. we will see you all next week.
Happy reading.
Bye.
Watch out. We'll announce the next book soon.
Yes.